Hi guys, remember back in the day when the PlayStation 3 came out? It was a time of great excitement and anticipation. Gamers everywhere were buzzing with the promise of next-gen graphics and revolutionary gameplay. It was like this magical, futuristic box that could play games in glorious HD and also make you breakfast? Well, not really, but it sure felt like it could do anything with its sleek design and powerful hardware. Okay, maybe not breakfast, but it was still pretty awesome. The PlayStation 3 brought us some of the most memorable gaming experiences, from epic adventures to intense multiplayer battles. Except for one tiny detail, the price tag. When it first launched, the PS3 was one of the most expensive consoles on the market. Seriously, you practically had to sell a kidney on the black market to afford one of these bad boys. It was a hefty investment, but for many, it was worth every penny. But hey, at least you could play Resistance: Fall of Man in stunning 1080p while you recovered from surgery. The graphics were mind-blowing for the time, and the gameplay was top-notch. So join me as we take a trip down memory lane and uncover 10 hilarious facts about the PS3 that you probably didn't know. From its quirky features to its unforgettable games, there's a lot to reminisce about. Get ready for some serious nostalgia, some epic fails, and a whole lot of laughs. Whether you were a die-hard fan or just a casual gamer, the PlayStation 3 era was truly something special. Let's dive in and relive those golden moments together. Remember when the PS3 came out and it cost a whopping $599? I mean, I know it was the future of gaming and all, but come on, that price tag was enough to make anyone do a double take. People were joking that you'd need to sell a kidney just to afford one. It became a running gag among gamers and tech enthusiasts alike. I can just imagine the conversations. Hey man, want to come over and play some MotorStorm? Or maybe some Resistance: Fall of Man? Sure, let me just check my organ donor card. Yep, still got one left. The lengths we joked about going to just to get our hands on that console. Honestly, for that price, it better have come with a lifetime supply of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Imagine the ultimate gaming setup, complete with endless snacks. But hey, at least it came with a Blu-ray player, which was pretty much the most mind-blowing thing ever back then. It was like having a piece of the future right in your living room. Blu-ray technology was revolutionary, offering crystal-clear picture quality that made movie nights an entirely new experience. It was a game-changer, literally and figuratively. Looking back, it's funny to think about how far we've come. The PS3 was just the beginning of a new era in gaming and home entertainment. And despite the jokes, it was worth every penny for the memories it created. Speaking of Blu-ray, can we just take a moment to appreciate how futuristic that technology seemed back in 2006? I mean, we were still rocking DVDs, and then BAM! Sony hits us with these shiny discs that could hold like 50 gigabytes of data. It was like magic. People were actually buying the PS3 just to watch movies on Blu-ray, even if they didn't care about gaming. That's how impressive it was. Of course, now we have streaming services and 4K resolution, so Blu-ray feels about as old as dial-up internet. But hey, we had a good run, right? Okay, this one still stings a little. Remember how the original PS3 models were backward compatible with PS2 games? It was like a dream come true. You could play all your old favorites without needing two consoles. But then, like a thief in the night, Sony decided to remove backward compatibility in later models. They were probably all like, "We need to sell more PS2s," or something. I'm just kidding. Maybe. But seriously, Sony, why you gotta play us like that? Backward compatibility is a beautiful thing. Don't take it away from us. Did you know that the PS3's cell processor was so powerful that it was actually used in supercomputers? I'm not even kidding. This thing was a beast. I can just imagine someone using their PS3 to play Uncharted 2 and then switching over to, like, simulating the entire universe or something. The possibilities were endless. Of course, most of us just used it to play Call of Duty and watch YouTube videos in glorious 720p. But hey, at least we knew we had the power of 1,000 suns at our fingertips. 2011. A simpler time when the biggest thing we had to worry about was whether or not Rebecca Black would release another song. And then, disaster struck. The PlayStation network was hacked. For like 3 weeks, we were all cut off from online gaming, our precious trophies were frozen in time, and we had to resort to actually talking to people in real life? It was a dark time. But hey, at least it gave us a chance to appreciate the simple things in life, like playing single-player games and wondering if our credit card information had been stolen. Good times. Remember that time when you could install Linux on your PS3? Yeah, me neither. But apparently it was a thing. Sony actually allowed you to turn your console into a fully functional computer. I can just imagine people setting up their PS3s in their home offices, typing away on spreadsheets and writing code, all while secretly wishing they were playing Little Big Planet instead. But alas, all good things must come to an end, and Sony eventually removed the Linux feature, probably because they realized it was way too much power to give us mere mortals. The Sixaxis controller. It was sleek, it was futuristic, and it had motion controls that didn't really work that well. But hey, at least it looked cool, right? Except for one tiny detail. It didn't have rumble. I mean, how are you supposed to feel the impact of those explosions in Uncharted without your controller vibrating like crazy? It was like Sony took 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Fortunately, they eventually redeemed themselves with the DualShock 3, which brought back the rumble and made everything right in the world again. The PS3 had a seriously impressive lifespan. I mean, this thing just refused to die. Even after the PS4 came out, Sony was still releasing games for it. It was like that one friend who just wouldn't leave the party, even though everyone else was ready to go home. But hey, we weren't complaining. More games the merrier, right? The PS3 was like the gaming equivalent of a cockroach. It could survive anything. And you know what? I kind of respect that. Remember when Microsoft made us pay for Xbox Live Gold just to play online? Those were dark times, my friends. But Sony? Sony was like the benevolent ruler of the gaming world, offering us free online play on the PS3. It was like a breath of fresh air. We could finally enjoy Halo's online multiplayer without having to sell our souls to Microsoft. Okay, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but you get the idea. Thank you, Sony, for showing us that free online gaming is possible. You were the real MVP of that console generation. Let's be real. One of the main reasons to own a PS3 was for the exclusives. I mean games like Uncharted, The Last of Us, God of War, Metal Gear Solid 4. The list goes on and on. These games were more than just games. They were masterpieces. They were the reason you bragged to your Xbox-owning friends about how much better the PS3 was. And you know what? You were right. The PS3 had some of the best exclusive games of all time, and that's a fact. Sorry, not sorry, Xbox fans. So there you have it, folks. 10 hilarious facts about the PlayStation 3 that you probably didn't know. From its insane price tag to its supercomputer-level processing power, the PS3 was a console that was full of surprises. Sure, it had its flaws, but it also had some of the best games of all time, and it paved the way for the amazing consoles we have today. So let's all raise a glass, or a DualShock controller, to the PS3. You were a true legend, and make sure to like and subscribe for more hilarious gaming content. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Peace out. So there you have it, folks. We've taken a nostalgic trip down memory lane. 10 hilarious facts about the PlayStation 3 that you probably didn't know. It's amazing how much history is packed into this iconic console. From its insane price tag to its supercomputer-level processing power, the PS3 was a console that was full of surprises. It was a technological marvel of its time. Sure, it had its flaws, but it also had some of the best games of all time, and it paved the way for the amazing consoles we have today. Titles like The Last of Us and Uncharted became instant classics. So let's all raise a glass, or a DualShock controller, to the PS3. It brought us countless hours of joy and unforgettable gaming moments. You were a true legend. Your legacy will live on in the hearts of gamers everywhere. And make sure to like and subscribe for more hilarious gaming content. We have so much more to share with you. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Stay tuned for more gaming adventures. Peace out.